What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Project Ozone 2 Kappa Mode. Oh yeah, guys. So I have kind of upgraded this. I changed some things around. I noticed a couple episodes ago that we were still using our LPG fuel like on the nether roof. And then we also had another bit of it being used over here. I guess, well, we haven't really been using it, but it was still over here for the autonomous activators, yeah, for the loot bags and stuff. So I swapped that one out for a tesseract. I swapped the one out in the nether roof for a tesseract, and pretty much everywhere that we're using the LPG is no longer using the LPG. They're all using tesseracts. So this is, I think, is our only ender tank. It's really hard to tell, but I think this might be our only ender tank that is using LPG at the moment. That's feeding directly into this thermo-pneumatic processing plant. And we are just making a whole lot of liquid plastic. Yeah, I want to make sure we have plenty of this stuff for the future because we will run through it at some point. I just want to make sure we have a large stockpile. So for right now, I'm still manually filling in all of the different coal by hand. And then I was keeping track and making sure that the original drum we had back here was always full. But yeah, we now just have the ender tank. I replaced the drum that we had in the last millennium, which was a normal drum, with another bedrockium drum. So that is always being filled full of this stuff. So yeah, I think we're going to be doing pretty good. We're never going to run out of it, and we can always leave this thing running. Eventually, we could have it set up so we just have coal automatically being pumped in through Applied Energistics, but I just haven't done that yet. Anyway, so that was one of the things that I did off camera here. So I think what I want to do today, let's take a look here. Was it the Delta section? Yeah, the Delta section. We still had a few more of these Ender IO quests to do. And I was kind of looking at these. I was like, well, which one's going to be the hardest one to do? Honestly, Vibranium and these enhanced crystals are both pretty difficult, I think, because we need these enticing crystals, right? And enticing crystals are made from villagers. Enticing crystals. So we need a villager and a soul vial plus an emerald in a soul binder with 20 million RF and 15 levels of experience to make one enticing crystal. Now I do believe we're going to need a lot of these enticing crystals in the future. Yeah, to make this Vibranium, we need 2 of these plus each vibrant plus half a stack of solarium to make one of these ingots. And those are used in quite a few things in the future as well. Vibranium blocks, I think, is what's used. Yeah, Vibranium blocks are used in this crazy recipe here. So anyway, we're gonna need a lot of this stuff. There is no EMC value on these. These are something that we just have to craft. So pretty much what we need to do is get ourselves unlimited supplies of villagers. So in this mod pack, you cannot capture a villager in a safari net. You cannot make a powered spawner out of a villager. You can put it into a soul vial, but you cannot make the powered spawner out of the villager type. The other ways to spawn in, like RF tool spawners, you can't. There's no crafting recipe for the RF tool spawner. I was thinking we might be able to get around it that way. Yeah, there's no crafting recipe for this. Pretty much what we need to do is make some villagers and put them over on our spikes over here that have the Reaper 5 effect on them. Yeah. So we make a whole bunch of villagers, we put them onto our Reaper 5 spikes, and hopefully we get ourselves a villager soul. Once we have the villager soul, we can spawn in a ridiculous amount of villagers, collect more souls, and the souls you can right click to make a villager. And there's an automation that we'll look at a little bit later on to automate that process and put them into soul vials. But for right now, yeah, I think we want to look at making ourselves some villagers. So previously, I collected some soul vials with some zombie villagers. I think this one, if we have one, that's all we need. But I think we had 2 of them. There's 2 zombies, and we can craft the ones out of thing over there, but I don't think those are the zombie villagers. Let's go underneath so these guys don't catch on fire. I want to take them out of the soul vial and just make sure they are who I'm thinking they are. Okay, so we'll just drop them down here. So if I right click, yeah, that's a zombie villager, and this one is a zombie villager as well. Cool. Okay, so we have 2 of those. So what we want to do is put those into a Safari net, and then we want to exact spawn copy, or exact spawn copy those. Exact copy spawn? Whatever. Okay, Safari net. We don't have... We have not made any of these Safari nets yet. In fact, we haven't really done too much in the way of MFR either. Let's go back underground and capture this thing in a Safari net. Guess we'll just drop him right here. He's not going to wander off. He's going to be aggro on me. Okay, so there we go. There is our zombie villager in a Safari net. I think we'll leave the other zombie in the system for now, in case we mess up or something goes wrong. Okay, so now we need a powered spawner. So I know that there is an MFR section in here somewhere. Is that a... Yeah, right here. So are one of these a powered spawner? Sludge boiler, planting, deep storage. Didn't we already do the deep storage? Oh, we never did the deep storage label. Pre-charger, laser drill. I guess the auto spawner is not one of the quests that wants us to do, which is kind of odd, to be honest, unless it's somewhere else, not in this section. I would imagine it would be here. Anyway, so we don't have a quest for it, so let's look at the recipe. Auto spawner. So to make one of these things, we need a sentient ender, which we should have on autocraft. I tell the system to make one of those. It has to make a soul vial with a witch in it, I think. Is that what it does? Anyway, so all of that's auto-craftable, which is pretty cool. Yep, so we have a sentient ender. We need dark steel balls. We have those. Machine chassis. Those are auto-craftable as well. Those just require this crystallized redstone. I have like 10 of those in the system. I had pre-made a few of those because they take a minute. Bus randomizer. That's going to be a little bit of a problem. Charged zirconium. Okay, so here's something interesting. Let's make an auto-craft recipe for charged zirconium. So let's grab an interface. One of those, and we will also grab, well, I guess, no, all we need is just one channel for the interface, I think. Let's grab item conduit, and we'll have to make a filter to only extract out the charged blocks. All right, we'll grab some ME glass cable. This should be a pretty easy recipe to do, pretty easy auto craft. So we'll come over here to our capacitor bank. This thing, how are we doing on power here? All right, I'm gonna disconnect the redstone just to make sure this thing doesn't turn on, because that'll be annoying if it does. All right, so what we need to do is just put an interface right here. We need to configure this so the interface side is set to input, and then right next to it we'll do output. On the output side we'll put our cable, so we'll extract out of here, we'll insert back into this. We are going to need a filter on here. I guess we'll do it on the extraction side with charged zirconium. I don't think we have any charged zirconium. No, we don't. Let's go and make one real quick. Pop that guy right in there. Easy. All right, and then this is going to be a whitelist for charged zirconium only. So we'll set that to always active. So it's always going to try and pull out charged zirconium from in here. Can we put that back in there? And it extracts. Easy. Okay, so that is ready to go. We need to get a pattern here that says 1 zirconium equals 1 charged zirconium. That again is another easy. Yeah, I already tried making a pattern here for some future stuff. All right, so we'll do a zirconium block is going to equal 1 charged zirconium. There we go. All right, so we'll put this pattern over here and we'll hook it all up, and then that should be all we need to do as far as an automation goes with this thing. So 1 zirconium block equals 1 charged zirconium. Then we just need to hook this thing up. So, get rid of that. Let's tell this to be disabled. All right, so the last thing we need to do is just connect the redstone back here. And then get out of here, because that thing's going to start putting stars in there and giving us wither effect. I don't really want to deal with that. Okay, so let's see if that all works. So if we do charged zirconium, we need 2 of those. So if we tell it to make 1 more, easy. Okay, so that's a pretty simple automation. Alternatively, what I've done in the past is use the Draconic Evolution Energy Infuser, I think is what it's called. But I mean, those charge up pretty quickly in our capacitor bank, so there's no reason to use a second machine until later, until we are using something for a power supply which doesn't have the internal storage like that. Like when we eventually upgrade to the Powerball thing from Draconic Evolution. Okay, so now we need 2 light blue plastics, so we can use our plastic maker over here. Just 2 of these guys. Very easy. And then the other thing is the difficult part, I'm pretty sure. This bus randomizer. Okay, we have everything but that. So a bus randomizer, bundled plate, bundled cable. Oh my goodness, what is this? Red alloy. Is there like just a red? So we still need red wool. Maybe I should make it a white stuff. Is there a white one? I assume there's going to be a white one, so we can just use white wool and we don't have to like dye the wool. White insulated. Yeah, white wool plus this. All right, let's do that. All right, we'll make a bunch of patterns for these because I do not really want to craft these myself. Wait, why did that not work? Bundled cable, this. If we shift click that, okay. Well, it doesn't want to work, probably because we don't have any of those different colored wools in the system, which is fine. So we'll just do this, and then we need the red, this stuff, red alloy ingot. Let's make 10 of those. There we go. Okay, so there's that. We can make those. So now we have a pattern for those things. Yeah, we'll just have to make patterns for everything else. Bundled cable, easy. Let's make one of those. So now we need the bundled plate. I'm not sure if we have a recipe for these circuit plates. We should probably look at making one of those. So what is a circuit plate? I think that's just smelted stone, right? So 1 smelted stone equals 1 of those. Let's just take a look. I'm not sure if we have those on AutoCraft. We do not, but we have a few of them in the system. But anyway, let's make an AutoCraft for that. So 1 stone is equal to 2 of those. And we can put that into our redstone furnace. Awesome. All right, so I think these can go into the system here while we're at it, while we're over here on this terminal. Cool. All right, so we got all of those things ready to go. What else do we need here for this? A bundled plate. So I think we just made that, right? Bundled plate. Let me take a look. Bundled plate. Yes, that is craftable now. Cool. All right, so now we need these other things. So a conductive plate, which is 1 of those. Finally, we need a energized silicon chip. So we need energized silicon. Looks like we have 1 of those in the system. We don't have these on AutoCraft, I am pretty sure. What's the recipe for 1 of those? Should we set up an AutoCraft for that? Or is that one of those things that probably doesn't need it? Is this pretty easy? Oh, that's very easy. Silicon. Oh, the whole silicon boule thing. I'm not sure if we need to AutoCraft that or not. Let's just do this right here. And then we can tell it to make 1 of these. Later on, if we have to make more auto spawners, we'll look at setting up the full auto crafting for the silicon boule and all of those things as well. Because honestly, I kind of feel like that's going to be maybe a 1 or 2 time use item. All right, so if we tell the system to make a bus randomizer, we now have everything craftable. Now we can make an auto spawner. Whew. Okay, so that was a little crazy to do. So now we have the Safari Net, we have the auto spawner. We need essence. I don't know if we have essence. Do we have? We should have essence cows, I believe. Let's take a look. Let's clear this out. We have 2 essence cows. This is something I should have thought ahead about and put those down in the last millennium, because now we got to wait for them to cool down. Then we got to breed them and fill up a drum full of this stuff. Okay, well, let me go ahead and grab some wheat. I'll place those cows down. We'll breed them. I think I might need to get myself another rancher. Do we have that on AutoCraft? I can't remember. No, I never put in an AutoCraft for rancher. Anyway, let me go ahead and put those cows down in the last millennium. Start collecting some of the essence that we need in order to get this auto spawning operation going, and we'll be right back, guys. Alright guys, so our ugly spawner room is going to get some more use, finally. So yeah, we're going to do a spawn exact copy, yes, out of this spawner. We'll go and put the safari net in there now. It's already got power. This thing was already hooked up to have the previous spawner in here, but we do need to give it essence. Now, I bred up our essence cows in the last millennium, if I can get through here. So now we have 4 of them, and then I put that essence fluid on a storage bus, a fluid storage bus. So now we have that available here. So I already have 37 buckets, but we can put that back in and then pull out whatever the total is. So now we have 181 buckets of the stuff. As the rancher ranches the cows, it'll fill that drum back up in the last millennium, and then that fluid will display here. Okay, so we have that all set up. I guess we need some ender fluid conduit. One of those things, and then I don't know where we're going to put the drum. It almost would make sense to put it down below so we're not taking up spawn space up here. So let's do that. So ender fluid conduit, we will stick here, here, and here. Oh, don't hold shift. I'm placing it all over the place. Can I make it? There it is. Found it. Let's see if I can break this one without breaking any of the other stuff. There we go. Perfect. Okay, I guess we have a hole in the ceiling that I can go down under or go through. All right, so now we can just put our essence drum right here. We'll extract, always active. That should start pumping the fluid in there, and I believe that's gonna start spawning in. Yeah, this doesn't have a redstone signal, so let's get out of here. Let us do this so the zombie can't get away. I think what we're going to do is I'm going to fill up a bunch of these soul vials full of the zombies, the zombie villagers, just so we have extras of them. We'll set up a little area to kind of keep them separated so we can cure them. We need to give them the golden apple and the weakness potion or whatever. I don't want to put them all into one big room to do that, because if one zombie heals, the other zombies are going to attack it and turn it back into a zombie, right? So you have to kind of separate them. I'm pretty sure that's how that works. But anyway, yeah, we're getting plenty of these zombie villagers all ready to be cured. I'll have to set up a little spot somewhere where we can set them all down, cure them, give them the golden apples and all that kind of stuff. Oh, that guy's like on the ceiling. That's not where you should be spawning, guy. Cool. All right, we got him. All right, well, let me go ahead and fill up the rest of these soul vials full of these guys. We'll look at mass curing all of these zombies, and hopefully we'll be able to get a villager soul off of the resulting villagers that we will be getting. Otherwise, we'll just have to keep repeating this process over and over again. All right, guys, so I've captured a few zombie villagers here. We soul vialed them. I moved them down underneath our spawner. And I just have them separated with some dark glass. It could be cobblestone or whatever. I just used the dark glass. But anyway, you can see they're all ready to go here. So I just brewed up some splash potions of weakness. This will last for 1 minute. And we have some golden apples. I don't remember if it is the regular golden apples or the notch golden apples we need in order to make these guys do what we want to do. But I think if I smack this guy in the head, it should hit all 5 of these guys, right? Yeah, it looks like it hit a few of them. Actually, it looks like it hit a lot of them. So let's golden apple these guys. Okay, so it looks like we were able to get a good portion of them, but we did not get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, you know what? Maybe we will just capture those guys back up again. Oh, that's the wrong one. Those aren't soul vials. Let's capture these guys back up since they aren't going to turn into villagers anytime soon. Yeah, it looks like, so with 1 splash potion, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 villagers. In fact, we might even be able to do more if I had some here and here. But anyway, we'll let these guys all convert up into villagers. I will capture them back into soul vials. I will also take the rest of our zombies that I've captured here, try and cure them as well. Then we will hopefully be able to kill them and collect a villager soul in our mob farm. So that's the idea. Let's see how this works. We'll be right back, guys. Alright guys, so we got quite a few villagers now in soul vials, so the next step is to just drop them in here, which will warp them down below, and they'll get killed on the spikes, and hopefully we will get a villager soul. That is our ultimate goal here. So maybe I should clear off some stuff on my bar so we can do a few of them at a time. It doesn't really matter how many of these we kill, just as long as we get one mob soul, we'll have like all of the villagers. So yeah, if we get like a few villager souls, that's still fine regardless. All right, so we got those going. Let's drop you, and you down. I'm kind of curious though. I'm kind of curious. Have we gotten a villager soul yet? Oh, no. No, it doesn't look like they've dropped anything. Okay, so that's a little disappointing, but that's fine. That's fine. I'm pretty sure if we don't have a spot for something to go... Oh, where's that going? Are they going down to this chest? Okay, so now I'm confused. We have it set for a durability shown to get thrown into the trash. Otherwise, we have a filter here for only specific things to go down here. Otherwise, everything else... Okay, so that confused me for a second. It looks like we're fine, though. I'm concerned that maybe it's trying to put villager souls into there, though. I don't know. Well, we got a few more attempts to go here. Hopefully, we will get a villager soul out of one of these villagers. Then we got 3 more. Oop. That one and that one. All right, so hopefully we get a mob soul. Otherwise, I'm going to spend a bit more time off camera here. Yep, looks like I'm going to have to do that. Spending a bit more time off camera here trying to get more villager souls. Okay, well, I'll keep at this process. Hopefully, we'll be able to get one fairly soon. And we'll be back, guys. Oh my goodness, guys. I was starting to get worried. Like, I've been at this for quite some time now. Probably at least an hour, maybe an hour and a half to 2 hours. I don't know. I've been at it for a while. Yeah, I had to go through however many of those soul vials I had on me, like 20 of them or something like that. 5 times? So like 100 more zombies? Or I'm sorry, 100 more villagers? Yeah. Wow. So we got these loot bags, and then we finally got this mob soul of the type villager. Whew. I even started getting worried. Like, I looked in the config to make sure that the villager wasn't like blacklisted from dropping souls. I went off to like the Draconic Evolution GitHub to start looking at the code to make sure. Anyway, so we're gonna replace the slime that's in here with this villager because we don't really need the slimes. If we have villagers, that'll serve all the purposes that we need. We'll get more mob souls from them, which we can use for creating the Draconic Resurrection thing. We can right-click the mob souls to spawn villagers. So yeah, that's what we want to do. So anyway, let's try and just click that right onto there. Cool. So now we can spawn in all of the villagers at the maximum spawn rate. Yes, and now we should start getting more villager mob souls. That's what we're looking for. So let's just take a look down here real quick. Okay, no mob souls yet. I need to turn off my magnet. And I gotta do a little bit more things. I was also getting really concerned. Let me turn down the game sound. I was also getting really concerned that we were pulling out the souls and maybe they're being combined into here or whatever. So like I blocked off all these different connections so nothing else could go anywhere. But I guess now that we know for sure that that's not the case, we can remove some of these things and let the sorting system do its thing. So yeah, all of our treasure bags, whatever, are gonna get sorted down here. So when we do get mob souls, here's one villager mob soul. Yeah, they'll just hang out here. Cool. All right, so that's what I wanted to see. I wanted to get a bunch of those. Now that we have those mob souls coming in all of the time, I can show you guys. If you take one of these things, you just right click it on the ground, shift right click it. Okay, and then it spawns a villager. Okay, so now that we got a villager here, we can create a soul vial. Wherever I put the other ones, I don't know. Shift right click on you. And I guess we'll do the same thing with this one. Because we need, I believe, 2 of these things, don't we? Okay, so there's 2 villager souls. We'll just let this continue to go. Everything's being sorted the way it should. Mob souls will be collecting in the diamond chest. I can set up a storage drawer for those later. I'm not sure, but I think that's one of those things that we're just going to leave running all of the time over there because these villagers are going to be very important for us a little bit later. Okay, so now that we got those, we were going to look at, what were we doing? I can't remember. It feels like it's been forever now since I've been working on this. So we were going to, yeah, that's right, make enticing crystals. Okay, so we need, let's take a look. The enticing crystal is made with an emerald, a villager soul vial, and that's it. Okay, so let's grab 2 emerald. We have the 2 villagers. I don't know if we're going to be able to set this up to be an automated system in the way that we have this set up, but I know that we can automate it in a different way later on when we need to do that. But for right now, let's just go ahead and drop these things in there. Cool. And then we'll do the other one, that, whoop, that and that. There we go. Awesome. So yes, now we are making the enticing crystal. There is 2 of those. All right, so that should complete that. So now we need an ender crystal and a weather crystal. I think we already have ender crystals being made. Do we? Ender, maybe not. Let's take a look. How do we make an ender crystal? Ender crystal is made from a enderman soul vial plus a vibrant crystal. Okay, enderman might be another mob that we should do a auto spawner for, or I guess a powered spawner for, so we can get the mob soul automatically like through here. So we do the witch and the zombie. Yeah, we would probably move this one out of here and put the enderman here so we can always auto craft those. That's probably something we should do. But for right now, let's go ahead and grab some more soul vials. We'll just do it this way. Can I tell the system? No, we don't have those on auto craft, do we? Let's do soul vial. Just craft as many. Okay, we got 11 of those. Cool. All right, so let's go to the end. We'll get ourselves some endermen. We should be able to make these crystals that way. Probably the easiest and the fastest way. I feel like I've been at this for forever, like I was talking about earlier. I just want to get this stuff done at this point. Yeah, like if we need a bunch of the enderman crystals later on and it needs to be automated, we can definitely do that. But for right now, I think this will be just fine. All right, so let's go back home. Somehow it warped me down there and now I'm up here. Okay, there's a little bit of weirdness happening there. Okay, so we wanted the ender crystal, so that was once again a vibrant crystal plus an enderman. So we have vibrant crystals here. All right, and then we just put that over in the soul binder like we were doing previously to make this other style crystal. So that and that. Nice. Okay, and the final one was like a weather crystal. I know I've made these before, but I don't remember anything about them. Okay, so we need a rothium, a petrothium, a pyrothium, and cryothium with a vibrant. So that is a fun one to make. I don't know if we have all of the different dusts there to make this. Let's take a look. Do we have, well, I guess we just search for dust. We should be able to find some. So we have pyrothium, and that's it. So can we make petrothium? What are we missing for that one? We are missing basal's powder. I don't think we ever found a basal's yet. So there's probably a way that we can make this stuff manually, right? Yes, if we transpose obsidian dust with destabilized redstone, that should make that. So obsidian dust we already have. Let's go ahead and take both of these. We'll stick it over here into our fluid transposer for redstone. See how nice it is having those things? It's so good. Okay, so now we need cryothium. That's blizz powder. Blizz is snowballs with redstone. I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't think we have those, but we do have snow. Might have to disassemble. That's fine. We'll make a few of these things. We haven't really needed that stuff because we have the blizz cow, I think. Anyway, let's get that done. And then orothium is blizz powder, which is sand plus redstone. Again, if we need mass quantities of these things in the future, we can go ahead and set up the auto crafts for this. That's pretty easy to do to make those powders or whatever. All right, so now we got all of that stuff done. We should be able to make that, this. Oh, what are we missing for that? Oh, snowball. We need yet another snowball. You know what? I think we can make snow with wind and water in our magical crops, I think. Anyway, so we got that done, and then this one. Cool. So now we have everything done except for that vibrant crystal, which we have an auto craft. So now we can craft that up. And there it is. And there's a weather crystal. Does that complete the quest? I don't think. The text submit. Ender crystal. Enticing. Did we not have the ender crystal on us? Oh, you know what? We didn't. Ender crystal, because they got put back into the system once we were done with it. There it is. Okay, so let me go ahead, turn the sound back up so we don't have like super annoying things nearby us anymore. Awesome. Okay, so we got that done. Whew, what a task that was. So let's claim this. And then this Vibranium stuff we can do now as well. So that will make, oh, we need 4 of them. I forget. When you craft that up, it makes 1. So we need 8 villagers, I guess 6 more. Oh my goodness. We should go see how many more villager souls we have. I probably will hook that up so the villager souls go into one of these drawers, right? If we have to go into the drawers, we can access it from the enemy system. Otherwise, they're just staying in this chest. So we have 4 more. Not quite enough. We did get a villager trophy, though. Not sure if that's useful. Okay, well, let me go ahead and wait to get 2 more villager souls. We will make the Vibranium stuff. It's not super difficult to craft. We have all this stuff ready to go, except for the enticing crystals, I suppose. But yeah, we just gotta do a little bit of waiting, and we'll be right back, guys. Alright guys, so I got the villager souls hooked up so we can now see them in the applied energistic system. We are also getting villager trophies like we saw before, so I put a drawer there with a void upgrade so we can collect these and then void out if we get too many of them. But yeah, I think probably villagers are going to be the only thing that we spawn there unless we need something specific being spawned in. But I think for right now, that is pretty much all we need. So you can see it's going kind of slow. We have 14 of them, which is a decent amount of those souls, but we're going to need a lot of them. So this thing will be running all the time. We'll be collecting these things in the background, which is going to be amazing. And then later on, when we need a lot of that Vibranium stuff, that'll definitely be the way that we get it. So anyway, Vibranium, here is the 4 that we just crafted. So that should complete our quest here. Nice. And that is going to give us a loot chest. So let's claim that. Whew. All right, so let's open our 2 loot chests that we got here. We get a typesetting table, printing press, and we get a portal gun. All right, well, we've gotten portal guns in the past. Haven't had too much use for them. They are kind of cool and they can be useful, but yeah, I just haven't really needed them. Guys, we're going to go and wrap the episode up here for today. A lot of stuff with villagers trying to get these things spawned in. Oh my goodness. That took literally forever, but I'm glad it's done now. We don't have to worry about ever getting villagers again. We have the mob soul. We have them spawning all the time. If we ever need a villager, we can shift right click that soul on the ground to spawn one in. I like it. But anyway, guys, that's it for today. Thank you guys for watching. Remember to leave a like on the episode if you liked it, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye-bye.